Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya wal mursaleen. Muhammadin wa ahl bayt at-tayyibin at-tahirin al-ma'sumin. Sayyima al-imam al-muntadhar al-hujjatu thani ashar. Ruhi wa arwahul alameen li turabi maqdamihi al-fida. Amma ba'd, faqad qala Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala fi kitabihi al-majid wal furqan al-hamid. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Rabbi zidni ilma. Sadaqallahu al-ali al-azim. Right. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, hope everyone is well.
Alhamdulillah. Alaikum salam.
Alaikum salam.
Right. So, last week, we were doing lesson number 1, and we spoke about objects in the Arabic language. So we focused on over here. Al-Mudarrisu alhamdulillah kayfa haluka anta ya Hashim. I am well, and how are you, O Hashim? Ana uhibbuka kathiran ya Hashim. I like you a lot, O Hashim. So we was focusing over here kathiran, that I like you a lot. What does this mean by a lot? It means that I like you a lot. So kathiran is an adjective describing the action of loving. So ana uhibbuka kathiran. As kathiran is coming as with a fatha tanween, so there should have been another noun derived from the same word as uhibbu, which will be ana uhibbuka hubban kathiran. So the hubban is a noun from the same root word as uhibbu, which has not come, which has been omitted, and the kathiran, from the context you will understand, I like you much. What is this much, or in a lot? It's the liking of you. And I love you a lot, or I like you a lot. Kathiran is an adjective which is explaining of the action uhibbu. And in the Arabic language, there are 2 types of nouns, as I mentioned before as well, that there's one type of noun which is called a intransitive noun, which only requires the verb and the doer. For example, dhahaba Zaydun. Zayd went. It doesn't require an object on whom Zayd did the action of going. It makes sense. Dhahaba Zaydun ila al-madrasati. Zayd went to the school. That's fine. Ila is a preposition. Al-madrasati is getting a kasra because of ila. However, when I have the verb akala, he ate. If I said Khalid, if I said Khalidun, akala Khalidun, Khalid ate. And if I remain quiet, you don't really understand what he ate, and it's an incomplete sentence. And to know a noun, if it requires an object, if you put the word it or him in the translation, for example, if I said akala Zayd, akala Zaydun or akala Khalidun, and after the word akala, I put the pronoun hu, akalahu Khalidun. Khalid ate him, or Khalid ate it. As you know, hu can be either translated as him or it, depending upon what you're referring to. So when you're eating, you're always eating not human beings. You're eating food itself, it's substance. So it's object. So you will say akalahu Khalid. Khalid ate it. So the hu dhamir, akalahu Khalidun, Khalid ate it. If it makes a complete meaningful sentence, you'll understand that this verb requires an object. So Khalid ate it, meaning, for example, it referring to for example, bread. Whereas the verb dhahaba, if I put dhahaba hu Khalidun, Khalid went, it or him, it makes no sense at all. So if you translate him as it or him, and if it does not give any meaningful meaning, then you know that this verb, it only requires a verb and a doer, and that's a intransitive verb. I'll give you another example. The other example being of a transitive verb is nasara. Nasara means he helped. If I said nasara Zaidun, and nasara Zaidun, Zaid helped, and after the word nasara, I put the pronoun who. Nasarahu Zaidun. Nasarahu Zaidun. Zaid helped it or him. If I say Zaid helped him, it's a meaningful sentence. You will understand that this is a transitive verb. Muta'addi. Muta'addi verb meaning a verb which requires a verb, doer, and object. That is called a transitive verb. And an intransitive verb, I'll give you another example. Jalasa. Jim, lam, sin, jalasa. What does jalasa mean? He sat. If I said jalasa Khalidun, Jalis, Khalid sat. So this is an intransitive verb. It just requires the verb and the doer. And if I put the pronoun who after jalasa, jalasahu Khalidun. Khalid sat it or sat him. Does it Khalid sat, it's a complete sentence. So you will understand that this is an intransitive verb. Is this clear? Before I continue. This is
yes, it is clear.
Yes, thank you.
Right. Now,
Assalamu alaikum. Yes, Sheikh. Yes.
alaikum assalam. Now, then I need to just change slides. Give me 1 second. The reason why I want to do this, if it is I'm trialing this out with yourself. If it's a bit too intense, then I'll go back to the diluted version, just focusing on the actual book rather than giving you additional information. So the first one is that when a verb requires an object, which is called a transitive verb. This is the example. So over here now. So example being, so in the Arabic, a verb which requires an object, that object is called maf'ulun bihi. That's the Arabic term. Maf'ulun bihi. Now, Mr. Zainab Nadri, as she was absent, can you kindly read this, please? Definition.
It is that word on which the action of fa'il takes place. For example, shariba Khalidun ma'an.
Correct.
So Khalid drank water.
Khalid drank.
Yes, Khalid drank water.
Okay.
So sharaba in here is fa'il,
Yep.
Khalid is fa'il, and ma'an is maf'ulun bihi.
Correct. So maf'ulun bihi. This is maf'ulun bihi. Correct. Now, the other type of, I'm not going to do this at the moment with you. I'm going to do this later with you. So don't worry about that information there. So the next one is this one here, maf'ul mutlaq. Like maf'ul mutlaq, it is that masdar. Masdar is a noun. The masdar is a noun, which is a noun which is it is a noun which indicates upon an action or a happening. Masdar, it is a definition of masdar. It is a noun which indicates upon an action or a happening, and it does not contain any pronoun, whether it's he, she, or we, and neither it contains any tense.
Right.
I.e., like past or present. So masdar is a noun which indicates
Masdar is a noun.
which indicates upon an action or a happening without containing any pronoun or tense, past, present.
Sheikh, please, can you repeat that?
Masdar is a noun which indicates upon a action or a happening without containing or having any pronouns attached to it or any tenses in its meaning. I'll give you an example. Tenses in its meaning. Look at this word here. Darban. The word darban is a noun and darban is a noun and it's a masdar. And also and also add in that definition and the masdar. I write this down. I want you to put the full stop. Put this as well. The masdar is the root word from which the verb is derived from. Okay, it's right. Okay, let's elaborate this now. Now the word darban, it's a noun and it indicates upon the meaning hitting. So and you write this down with the definition that normally the masdar either begins with to eat. Example, to eat, to walk, to eat, to walk, or hitting, eating, smiling. Full stop. So there are a few things you need to remember. So masdar is a root word now. It does not have, like, for example, when you say hitting, it has ing, ending with ing. When you say hitting, we are not talking about she, we, or I. It's hitting is an action, okay? Correct? In English, hitting. When you say hitting, walking, smiling, these are actions or happening. Like when you say falling, that is a happening, something falling. So action is hitting. Falling is a happening. So there are two types of things. Sometimes it's an action and sometimes happening. Like explosion. Explosion is a happening. It's not an action, it's an happening itself. You understand the difference between action and happening? Yes?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, got it. So this is the difference between happening and action. And the masdar it's normally a noun, and it either starts with to eat, Like, for example, in English, we say, I want to go to school. I want to eat. I want to sleep. So when you say to sleep, it's a noun. It's not a verb, it's a noun. And what type of noun? It's a masdar. It's a word, it's a noun, which indicates only upon an action without having a pronoun, he or she or we, in the meaning, and it does not indicate past tense or present tense. It's continuous. That is a masdar. Is that clear for everyone now?
Yes.
Sister Nazhat?
Yes, thanks.
Sister Shamim?
Yes, yes, yes.
Sister Sharabana Khaku, Zainab, Zabunisa, Sister Munira, is that clear for you? And Sister Parveen?
Yes, yes, thank you.
Is that clear from you last week? Because last week I just introduced it. Today I'm going to give some more explanation on this. Sister Zabunisa, I haven't heard from you.
It's clear, shukr alhamdulillah.
Yes, sir, but I was thinking that
Yep.
eating and smiling,
Yep.
does it come happening?
So eating and smiling, that's an action. When you're eating, that's an action, and smiling is an action as well, is a state of a person.
So it's not it's not coming in the category of happening.
No, happening is like when you're falling or some accident.
Okay.
Accident, something which indicates a big event or a big change of circumstances, that is an event.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Now, so what happens here is that this maf'ul mutlaq, maf'ul as an object, mutlaq, I'll explain. So it is a masdar of the verb, fi'l of a verb that governs it and is used for the following reason. So what happens is that you have a noun, which is a masdar. Noun is a masdar. It's a root word, and it comes as an object, and it explains the action which you perform. When you say darabtuhu, so for example here, when you say darabtuhu, I hit him. So I hit him. Now this object, which is coming with a fatha tanween, and it's the same verb, the root word daraba, it has the same root word as the verb. This further clarifies, explains the description of the action which has taken place. For example, darabtuhu, I hit him. But when you say darabtuhu darban, I beat him severely. So from the verb, the masdar is used after the verb. This indicates emphasis or indicates severity of the action which you have performed. I hope that made that clear for you now. Yes?
So, Sheikh, will that always have a tanween?
So it depends. Sometimes, yes, sometimes can come with a tanween, depending on if it's coming different types, of 3 different types. One is emphasis. If it's emphasis, then it will come with a tanween, yes.
Okay.
And if it's coming, explaining as a type of description of the type, like how he is hitting. So here, jalastu, I sat. Now, jilsa is a noun, masdar, and it's mudaf ilay. Jilsat al-qari. He's not sitting. I sat jilsatan. I sat a sitting, like a person sits. No, it's a certain description of the way he is sitting. It's a jalastu jilsat al-qari. I sat like a qari of the Quran. So the Quran qaris, they sit in a particular position and a particular style so that their breathing can be done perfectly. Is that clear? So
Yes,
this is called bayanun naw. And then finally, when you, for example, with a child, I'll give you an example of a child. You know, when a child is crying and when he's upset and when he wants to hit someone, the action, or normally the child will not hit once a person or another child. He will bang, bang, bang until the other child doesn't cry. The other child will not stop. That's the way the children are. Now, that's a good way of explaining. So this type would be darabtuhu, I hit him. So with adults, you probably hit him once, but a child, until the other child does not cry, he will not be satisfied. Now, this is called bayanul adad. Bayanul adad means how many times you perform this action itself. But when you say darabtuhu, I hit him, it does not explain how many times you've performed this action itself. But having this now, the original, this I did this last time. In book 2, we did the darbatani. Remember, Jul, you add alif and noon.
Yes.
Alif and noon, like kitabun, kitabani.
Yeah.
Kitabun, kitabani, baytun, baytani. Now here, darbatun, it's a noun, masdar, which has a ta marbut at the end. So the ta will have an alif attached to it, darbatani. It's halatul raf. And we spoke about darbataini. So in a dual noun will end with an alif and noon with a kasra, kitabani. So kitabani is in the state of halatul raf, in its original state. But when kitabani comes as an object, it changes from alif noon to
Yeah.
ya noon. For example, if I say kitabani, if I say I bought 2 books,
Mhm.
or let me write this down in the chat box. So if you want to say I wrote, I'll give you an easy one. I wrote on 2 books. I will say katabtu. Just 1 second, I'll just write this out in 2 seconds. كتبت على كتبت على. So let me change this. I'm going to change the verb to ishtaraytu instead. Does anyone know the meaning of ishtaraytu? Ishtara yashtari. I will write this down.
I
Ishtara-
bought.
Yeah,
To buy.
ishtara means he bought. So we'll write this down, past tense and present tense. Ishtara. And the present tense is yashtari, means to buy. Yash. So the past tense is ishtaraytu, means I bought. So I'm going to write this verb ishtaraytu. Kitabaini. Kitabaini. So alif kitabani changes to kitabaini. Originally was
Kitabani.
kitabani. I'm writing that down. So ishtaraytu kitabaini. So because of it being object, all dual nouns from alif noon changes to ya noon. So here, darabtuhu, I hit him. Original word was the darbatani. The original word was darbatani. And darbatani is coming as an object. Therefore, it becomes darbatayni.
Mansub.
Becomes mansub by changing to ya noon itself.
Because it is maf'ul. That's why.
So darbatayni. So here is bayanul adad. Bayanul adad, number of times this action has taken place by you. And this is called maf'ul mutlaq. And maf'ul mutlaq is always a noun, and that noun which comes after the verb will come from the same root word as the verb itself. Like ضربته ضربا جلست جلسة القارئ ضربته ضربتين, and that's 3 different types. You can either have for emphasis, either describing of type of sitting, or bayanul other number of times the action has been performed. I just want to do the basic, nothing more than that. I don't want to do anything. I will do the next phase of this as a third, of course, it's much more detailed than what I'm explaining, but this is more than sufficient at the moment for you. So this is the second type. We did maf'ul bihi, maf'ul mutlaq, and we did this last time. Maf'ul li ajlihi or maf'ul lahu. So maf'ul lahu and maf'ul li ajlihi, this is a causative object. Sister Zainab Nadri, did you listen to the recording last week or not?
Yes, Sheikh, I did, yeah.
So the causative object, it explains the reason why
The action is taking place.
exactly, the reason why the action has been taking place. For example, read this example, please.
Okay. So, Zarab, shall I read the definition? Okay.
Yeah.
It is an ism which explains the reason for the action taking place.
Yep.
Generally, it is a masdar.
Mhm.
For example, Zarbatahu ta'diban.
No,
I beat-
ضربته. No, ضربته.
Oh, sorry. Zarabtuhu ta'diban. I beat or hit him to teach him manners.
Exactly. So ضربته ta'dib. I hit him. So ta'diban is the actual maf'ul bihi, explaining why you have performed the action. And how would you know that the object is coming is the causative object? What was the actual particle you would bring to see whether it comes as the reason why you have performed this action? What was the question you need to ask?
If I say Zarabtuhu, I hit him,
Yeah.
then someone would ask me why. So
Excellent.
I can explain to teach him manners.
Exactly. So you see, لماذا ضربته? Why did you hit him?
Mhm.
The لماذا ضربته? Why did you hit him? Because of ضربته, I hit him. Now the
Mhm.
person in front of him can ask you لماذا ضربته? Why did you hit him? I can respond تأديبا,
Ta'diban.
because
Yeah.
I wanted to teach him a lesson.
Yes.
Is that clear? And,
Yes.
and then I gave you the examples from the Quran last week. Do you remember? I gave the example, لا تقتلوا أولادكم خشية إملاق.
Imlakin. Yes.
Do not slain or slaughter your children due to
Due to the fear of poverty.
poverty. Exactly. And then I gave you another few examples as well. So
Yes.
this is a maf'ul li'ajlihi, object which is coming with a fatha tanween, ta'diban, and it explains why the action of dharabtuhu has taken place.
Yes.
Is that clear for everyone? Sister Gulshan, Sister Butul Andani, Adid Munira, Mukarrama, Sister Nasira, Muhammad Ali, Mukarrama, Shamim Walji, Parveen Razai. Is this clear for you, sisters?
Yes, yes, Maulana.
Any question from anyone?
No, need
More
more study.
practice.
More
Yeah, no,
practice, need more practice.
I know you need plenty of practice. I just first of all you need to understand the concepts, and then once I've finished, I'm just going to give you the concepts. As you say, I'm just going to give you food for thought at the moment so that you understand the concepts. Once I go finish the book off, once I do the second phase of the book, revision, then I'll give you more examples. Because if I teach you all of it today and all over the next few days, it may be a bit too much to absorb. So I need to break it down so that you can gradually absorb this information.
Ahsan. Thank you, Sheikh.
Right. So this is maf'ul li ajlihi. Now, finally, this is something again. There are a few more I need, and then inshallah, got 2 more to do. I've got 2 more, and that's it. And I'm not going to do any more. Now, in Arabic language, we have, okay, right, you listen to this first. Now, in the Arabic language, this wow, the word wow, the wow in the Arabic language, it has several different meanings. For example, wallahi. Wallahi, as you know, wow in Arabic can come in the meaning of qasam, oath. Wallahi, I swear by Allah. Sometimes wow comes in the meaning of qasam, of oath. Sometimes wow comes in the meaning of conjunction. Conjunction meaning I went to the shop, I bought eggs and bread. Here, conjunction means that it follows the ruling of eggs, bread. It just follows the ruling of the sentence itself. It's just a conjunction. It's continuation of the sentence, applying the same verb upon the different nouns which are being used. I went to the shop, I bought eggs, bread, and so on. So that's wow. That's a different type of wow. Then the third type of wow is wow haliya, wow al-haliya, which is called circumstantial wow. Circumstantial wow is the wow which is used in the ayah of ayah wilaya, in the wilayat of innama waliyakumullah wa rasuluh. In the ayah, in innama waliyakumullah, in that wahum raki'un, that wow which comes there, it indicates the state whilst wahum raki'un, whilst he was in the state of ruku. So that one is called circumstantial wow. And then just 1 second. Let me just show you on the screen for you. Surah Ma'idah, verse number 55. Surah Ma'idah. So Surah Ma'idah, verse number 55. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This one here. Sister, we're going to ask Sister Shamim, or would you be able to read this ayah?
Which ayat is it?
Ayah wilayah. Ayah 55. Innama waliyukumullah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. إنما وليكم الله ورسوله والذين آمنوا الذين يقيمون الصلاة ويؤتون الزكاة وهم راكعون.
Exactly. So here, innama, surely, waliyukumullah, surely your guardian is Allah and the apostle. So waliyukumullah is Allah and the apostle. Walladhina, and those amanu, believed. Alladhina, they believed. And what else did they do? Alladhina, those yuqimuna, those who establish. What did they establish? The prayers. As-salata is the object, maful bihi. Can you see the fatah? As-salata. Wa yu'tuna, a'ta yu'tu, wa yu'tuna, and they gave az-zakata. They gave zakat. And they gave, here, wa comes in the meaning of and they gave zakat. Wahum raki'un. Here, this wow here, this is called waw haliya. Waw haliya means whilst they are in the state of bowing. So this is the three types of everyone following. So there's three types that so far I've told you. Yes?
Mhm.
And the fourth type in Arabic language, there are other types as well, but the fourth, any questions so far? This is called waw haliya, circumstantial, and it explains the state of how the action is being performed. So إنما وليكم الله ورسوله الذين آمنوا يقيمون الصلاة ويؤتون الزكاة وهم راكعون. And this is the debate between the Sunni ulama and the Shia ulama that we have said this here is waw haliya, but some Sunni ulama of course accept this is waw haliya, but some who are have animosity in their hearts and grudge of the Ahlul Bayt, they have translated that this waw is not waw haliya, it's waw in the meaning of and. So yes, there is a debate amongst the Sunni ulama and the Shia ulama, but some Sunni ulama who are just and who are following who are truly sincere, they have interpreted it correctly as well. Right, okay, let's go back to what I wanted to explain.
So Sheikh, what is ataf?
Ataf is conjunction.
Okay.
Ataf, like and. So when conjunction means ataf in Arabic, ayn tuafa, I went and I did this and this and this. So that's its ataf. Now
And
this, sorry?
Wow is also used as ataf, right?
Ataf is conjunction. Conjunction
Yeah.
meaning that it continues the sentence itself. That's called ataf. Now the third type. So the fourth type which I'm going to explain now is this one. It's called waw, which is the waw al-ma'iyah. This is the next type of waw we're going to do now. Sister Nazhat, you following?
Ji, ji.
Yeah. If anyone, Sister Nasira, Muhammad Ali, how are you coping? Maybe it's your first class, but how are you coping?
I'm still trying to figure out what you're saying. I lost a bit. I didn't listen to last time's lecture.
Right.
That
So in Arabic language, the waw itself, there are different. So in Arabic language, the waw has different meanings and it's used for different reasons. And I explained number one, waw for qasam, wallahi, like wattini was zaytun. Wattini was zaytun. This wattini was zaytun, that I swear by the figs and olives itself. Wattini was zaytun, I swear by the olives and figs. Now here, wattini is in the meaning of qasam. The next type of waw you have in the Arabic language is that the meaning of conjunction, add. So and. I went and I did this and this and this. So that's and, ataf, conjunction. And the third one I explained was circumstantial. So in the Arabic language, you have waw, which comes before a sentence and it explains how the action was performed. Wahum raki'un. So that, of course, I'm not teaching that. There is a whole lesson to explain circumstantial haliya, wahum raki'un. I'll give you an easy example. I'll give you an example. Ja'a Zaydun, Ja'a Zayd, Sister Nasira, Ja'a Zaydun, wahuwa rakibun. What does Ja'a Zaydun mean? Anyone?
Zaid came.
Zayd came. So the word rakiba means he rode. Rakiba. I'll write this down for you because just some things I just want you to listen to and just note, and I'll come back to them another date so that I'll then you can pick it up, because I just sometimes I deliberately plant seeds in your mind so that I could come back to them and explain them, elaborate them another time so that you can recall them. So I'll write this example down. Ja'a Zaydun. Zayd came. And here, this is a popular, this is example. Wa huwa so Ja'a Zaydun wa huwa rakibun. Zayd came. Zayd came whilst he was riding.
Driving.
So the word rakibun means riding. So wow here, wa huwa rakiban, this wow haliya, it explains, describes the situation of how the coming of Zayd happened. Zayd came. How did he come? Did he come happy? Did he come smiling? How did he come? So wow will come. Wa huwa rakiban is explained. Zayd came. He didn't come driving, but he came riding. So this is called the wow, circumstantial wow, explaining how the action is being performed. Is this clear, Mrs. Nasirana? Or understanding the example?
Yes, I understand. That means the expression or the action, how it was done, right?
Yes, yeah, that's right. That's right. This is called waw haliya. And the fourth one is this one here. This is very similar to waw haliya, this one here, but slightly different. This one waw is called maf'ul ma'uhu. So I'll give you an example. I'm going to ask Sister Nazhat, Bismillah, come on the mic. Maf'ul ma'uhu. So maf'ul ma'uhu. Let's read the definition and then let's continue. It is a noun.
It is an ism which appears after such a wow, which has the meaning of ma'a.
Right.
This wow is known as wawul ma'iyyati.
Correct.
Example, Ja'a Zaydun wal kitaba. Zayd came with the book. So the wow is with for the with.
Exactly. So here, this waw al-ma'iyya, it gives the meaning of with. So ja'a, so you see ja'a Zaydun wal kitaba. So you see that after waw, the al-kitaba is ending with a fatha, and wa Zaydan is ending with a fatha tanween because it's a noun, ism exactly, without alif lam. So Zayd came with the book, or I came with Zayd. So this is called wa'ul ma'iyya. For example, I'll give you another example, which we use a popular example in our grammar books is the word ja al bardo. What does the word bardo mean? Ja al bardo. Does anyone know? Baridun. What does baridun mean?
Cold.
Yeah.
Cold. Yeah.
So, for example, today in UK it's cold. It's quite cold today. So we can say in England, this is you'll find this example quite well known to UK. Ja al bardo wal mataru. Ja al bardo wal matar. Cold came with the rain. So you will say Ja al bardo wal matara. Wal matara. The cold came with the
Rain.
with the rain.
Sheikh, I thought you were going to say you brought the cold and the rain, or he came with the cold and the rain, like we say it sometimes. Yeah.
The cold came with the rain.
Okay.
The cold came, or sometimes you could say Ja al bardo wal jubbato. This is another example which we use as well. Ja al bardo wal jubbato means the cold came with the coats. So when the cold comes, the coats are on as well now. So sorry, I missed a bardo. Just 1 second, let me just add the word bard. Ja al bardo wal matara. The cold came with the rain itself. So this is called maf'ul ma'ahu. So there will be a waw, and after the waw, you will see that the noun will come with a fatha itself. Fatha tanween or a fatha, you will know that this, and of course there will be a verb in that sentence. There has to be a verb. If there's no verb, then that is not maf'ul ma'ahu. There has to be a verb because this is illustrating, demonstrating, explaining how that verb is taking place itself. and what is that verb bringing along with it as well. Yes, everyone?
Yes, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Sister Zabunisa?
Yes, Sheikh.
Is it clear?
Understood.
Sister Sharabano Kaku?
Yes, thank you, Sheikh. Understood.
I know you've done grammar before, so does this fit in your grammar lessons from what you have done study before?
Yes, very much. The masdar, yes, it does.
Okay.
And the different verbs. I had a slight question though, Sheikh,
ahead.
if it's okay, if
Go
it's
ahead.
all right. So, you know the example before which you gave us?
Which one?
The maf'ulun li ajli.
Yep.
In that one you said that zarabtuhu ta'dib. Yeah.
Ta'dib, yep.
So that ta'diban is a masdar, but where is it should come from the root verb. So I don't see the.
No. The maf'ul li ajlihi, it doesn't have to be from the same root word.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that makes sense. Okay.
So only thing is that so ta'diban is a masdar, but it does not have to be same as the verb itself.
Okay. All right. Okay.
It's a good question.
Yeah,
you
I
asked.
was wondering. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for explaining.
It is a noun which explains the reason for the action taking place. Generally, it is a masdar. It's a masdar. It is a masdar. It's from addaba yu'addibu, is from the 4-letter verb. Addaba yu'addibu ta'diban. So the root word is adaba. Adab means manners, and addaba yu'addibu ta'dib, sallama yusallimu taslim, tahara yutahhiru tathhir, is on that pattern where there's a shadda in the middle letter on the 3-letter verb.
Okay.
So it comes in the masdar, but it's not. It does not have to be from the same root word as the verb itself.
Got it. Okay. Thank you, Sheikh.
Good question. That was a good question. Right. So we've done this maf'ul ma'ahu, and then finally, any questions so far? So this will come with, as I said, the noun after will come with a fatha, and the noun, and before the waw, there should be a verb mentioning. If there's no verb, then it will not be maf'ulun ma'ahu. Right, finally, who is going to be next? Sister Parveen, you can come on the mic.
Okay, Maulana.
So maf'ul fihi. So maf'ulun fihi, it's an adverb. So remember this point. Maf'ul fihi is adverbs. Now, adverbs, what are adverbs? Adverbs are in Arabic called dharfun. Dharfun are they are nouns which explain time and place.
Time and place.
Time and place where the action has taken place.
I see.
So they are called dharf maf'ul fihi. Fihi means in it, meaning whenever an action happens, it happens in time and place. So they are called maf'ul fihi. And always, for example, the time, for example, here, look at this example. Zaman, time. Sumtu. Read this, please.
Sumtu yawman, I fasted for one day.
Correct. Amiltu.
Amiltu laylan, I worked for one night.
Correct.
Sumtu shahran, I fasted for a month. Safartu sanatan, I traveled for a year.
So what are you doing here, Sister Parveen Naqvi? You're putting the original word is yawmun, laylun, shahrun, sanatun. You're changing from a dhamma tanween to a fatha tanween because they are
maf'ul for the zaman.
Correct. Maf'ul fihi for zaman. That when did you fast? For a day.
A day.
When
so
did
it's
you work?
limiting the time.
Exactly.
So that's why it is fihi.
Exactly.
Within that time.
Exactly. When did you work?
For one night.
Excellent. Next one. When did you fast?
For 1 month.
Correct.
So that is fihi, maf'ul fihi, and then safarta sanatan, I traveled for 1 year. So
Excellent.
this is all like telling about the time.
Correct. Correct. All telling about time where the action has taken place.
Right.
So there are many ayats in the Quran. You will say that in Surah Dukhan, the first ayah of Surah Dukhan, where it talks about Laylatul Qadr. It says Laylatan Mubarakatan.
Right. And Surah Inna Anzalna.
In Anzalna, it's not there. It hasn't come. It comes as different. I'll show you. Where is the Quran?
Like Quran was revealed in.
No, it doesn't come with there. Let me show you over here. Give me 1 second.
Surah Dukhan.
I'm sorry. Let me show you. Give me 2 seconds. It hasn't come in that. It's a fi laylatin mubarakatin. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. For example, I'll give you an even better one. Surah Ma'idah, verse number 3.
Okay.
Surah Ma'idah, verse number 3. This is really good. You'll enjoy this one here. Surah Ma'idah.
Okay.
Starts from here. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Al-Yawma. Can you see Al-Yawma? It's not Al-Yawmu, it's Al-Yawma.
Right.
Al-Yawma akmaltu lakum dinakum wa atmamtu alaykum ni'mati wa raditu lakum al-Islam dina. So here, Al-Yawma, why is it coming with a fatah?
Because it is maf'ul fihi.
Why? What is it maf'ul fihi? Akmaltu.
Because the deen is being completed in that day.
Exactly. So akmaltu al-yawma lakum dinakum. So dinakum is maf'ul bihi. And which day is this? Today.
Today.
Is that clear for everyone? So that's the reason why it's not al-yawmu, it's al-yawma, because akmaltu, the perfection, happened today. Sister Sharabano, Sister Zabunisa, Sister Praveen Radai, Sister Shamim, Tahira.
Yes, Sheikh.
Except al-yawma, it's not zarfu zaman.
It is. Zarf zaman is today. Al-yawma is today, is time.
Al-yawma today.
Yom. Yes.
I think we all Shia understand this part of the ayat.
Okay, I'll give you another example. Surah Maryam, verse number 11. Verse number 11. Verse number 11. Surah 19, verse number 11. Okay, here.
من المهراب فأوحيهم أن تسبحوا بكرة وعشيا.
Yeah, أحسنتي. فخرج على قومه من المحراب فأوحى إليهم أن سبحوا. So he خرج على قومه. So he exited from his nation, from the mihrab. فأوحى إليهم, and we revealed to them أن سبحوا, to praise bukratan
wa ashiya.
So night and
day.
Exactly. Bukratan wa ashiyan. So bukratan and ashiyan, it's zarfe zaman. Maf'ul fihi for time, morning and
night.
Excellent. These are 2 examples is enough. There are many examples in the Quran. Okay, so this is zaman, and finally, there's also you have it for makan as well.
Makan.
So with makan,
The place where the fail has been taken place.
yeah. So for
This,
example,
this part of grammar is more interesting.
So Sheikh, the zarf makan will be mansub.
correct.
Zarf zaman will be mansub, and zarf makan will be with a preposition. Always.
Yes, excellent, so mahsanti. Yeah, so sometimes, yeah, the zaman itself will come with a preposition. Sallaytu fil masjidi, sallaytu fil dari. It comes with a preposition. This is called limited or restricted, mahdud, zarf makan. I prayed in the mosque, or I sat in the house. And then the other one, unlimited or unrestricted. Jalastu, sister Sabunasa, go ahead. Jalastu.
Jalastu khalfahu. I sat behind him.
So originally it's khalf. So khalfahu. And next one, I stood in front of.
Qumtu amamahu. So I stood in front of him.
Exactly.
So here khalfa and amama is not coming with kasra.
Correct.
So jalastu khalfahu and qumtu amamahu is mudaf ilayh.
Correct. Mudaf ilayh. And the word khalf and amama, they are coming as mudaf ilayh, and it's zarf makan. That I stood in front of.
It's mabni, so it will not change. Otherwise, it is preposition.
Exactly.
Yes.
Right, that's everything I'm going to do today. I'm not going to do anything else today more than that. So that is everything I need to cover. The examples, inshallah, I will do. I don't want to burden you with too much examples with this. Just this basic understanding is sufficient. And then inshallah, once we finish the book, I'll come back and then I'll try to give you other examples of this itself. Any questions so far?
I have a question, Sheikh.
Yes, go ahead.
Today is my first day, so I'm wondering if I am too late for this sessions. I've done a bit of Arabic, so I do have a background with TRS. Yeah.
TRS does not teach the way I teach.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so I'm wondering. So, have you gone very far, or you just started?
I've just started book 3. This is first lesson of book 3. This is the 3rd session I've done on this. This is the 3rd session I've done. So,
what do you think? Would I be able
Which book is it? Which book is it? Madinah Reader?
This is Madinah Reader book 3. This is. So
the Madinah Reader Arabic Reader book 3. Is it the yellow one?
Yes, it's a yellow one. Absolutely right.
So, which page have you started today?
I've just done the first lesson yet. I haven't even started. Yeah, we've just gone through the first lesson, and what I've done, I've just focusing on one word at the moment, and that's it. The one word is this one here. This is book. Let me show you the book.
Yeah, this is the book I have.
Yeah, so this book here, I'm on the first lesson itself. This one here, and what I want to do, I want to dissect everything this book, and reach a level higher than the book expectancy level of comprehension, so that once we finish this book, before we start book 4, you've already reached book 4. So I am giving you some concepts of book 4 in book 3, just to give you a better understanding of this book 3. And I've just been focusing on this at the moment. Alhamdulillah, wa kayfa haluka anta ya Hisham, anna uhibbuka kathiran. So kathiran here is an adjective, which is maf'ul mutlaq. It should have been anna uhibbuka hubban kathiran. But the masdar hub has been dropped, because from the concept kathiran, you understand that kathiran is hubban kathiran. So hubban has been dropped, and kathiran has been put in the place of hub, and this is maf'ul mutlaq. So I am the reason what I'm doing is that I'm trying to put the grammar classes in the Arabic language classes. Otherwise, I could do Arabic grammar classes completely separate, teach Arabic grammar and teach Arabic sarf, the verb conjugations, as a separate two subjects. But what I'm trying to do is trying to bring both of them together, Nahu and Sarf, in the Arabic language classes, so that it's combined together, so it's a bit more interesting and a bit more challenging as well at the same time.
Okay. So the exercises you were doing was from the same book?
Yes, I am doing the exercise. Yeah, so the exercise I am doing from this book itself, but because Kathiran has not been explained in this book, but I'm explaining Kathiran, and also, for example, next week I'll be explaining Dhu khuluqin. So that what Dhu does and what different types of Dhu and the i'rab of Dhu. So as you know, in Arabic language, there are three states of a noun: Raf, Nasb, and Jar. So Dhu itself is in Halatul Raf. Halatul Nasb and Jar, I will explain next week, inshallah. I will explain that next week, that how this word comes in different states, because the word Dhu comes in the Quran. So that's the reason, and that's what I'm trying. Of course, these additional points which I'm going through, you will gradually understand that. Of course, you will not become masters overnight. It requires time and practice, and inshallah, gradually we'll understand it, inshallah.
These ladies are.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, Sister.
Sheikh, Sister Shamim and Sister Nasir are my friends, and I encourage this. So maybe if they don't have the book, can you send us the PDF again, please?
Yeah, I'll send you the PDF in the group. That's not a problem. I'll send that.
The book, I have the textbook on this.
Yeah, I'll send you
the exercises you were doing were not from this book. They were from somewhere else.
Yeah, so I'll send you the book which I'm teaching. I'm using it's Tasilun Nahu. It's a really good book on Arabic grammar. So I'll send you that book again in the group.
The PDF.
Yeah. So that is a really good book. If you master that book, you are able to. I can take you to the next phase of Arabic grammar, which is reading the Arabic text. So I'm using that book and trying to give small dosage from that book so that I can get the students ready to the level so that they can read the Arabic text without the i'rab. So my students should be, inshallah, this is the level my expectancy of all students to reach. I'll show you the book which I am getting students ready for. So give me 1 second.
Sheikh, can I get this book online?
You can buy it from East London.
Oh yeah, okay. So which shop over there?
There's a bookshop, a Sunni bookshop there in East London near Tooting Imam Barga. They sell it there.
Because there is one Muslim shop over here in Tooting.
Yeah, that's because I rang them, funny enough, a few months ago, and I asked them because I've got copies, but unfortunately, it's okay. This one here. This is the level. I want everyone to be able to read this tafsir of Aitul Makarim Shirazi in Arabic. That's the level I am working towards. So TRS teach you everything. It's spoon fed. Whereas I am making you to be able to read the tafsir yourselves, understand the ayat of the Quran yourself as well. So this is the level I'm expecting you. So with TRS, it's giving you everything there in the plate and understand. Of course, they are teaching you everything, but I want to go slightly ahead and make you a bit more professional. So this is Tafsir of Aitul Makarim Shirazi in Arabic, and I want you to be able to read this in Arabic. So لهذه السورة مكانة متميزة بين سائر سور القرآن الكريم تتميز بالخصائص التالية. So لهذه السورة. So you will know li is harf jar, هذه is ism ishara, and after هذه السورة is part of هذه, it shares the same harakat. لهذه السورة مكانة متميزة, a distinguished place. So here, مكانة متميزة is صفة موصوف. بين is مضاف. سائر is مضاف إليه. سوري القرآن الكريم, and so forth itself. Inshallah, it's not far. Inshallah, we'll reach this level, inshallah.
So, Sheikh, do they have this book
Sorry?
in Tuti?
Yes, they should have it there, inshallah.
So, what's the name of the book?
Madinah Arabic. Madinah Arabic Reader's Version.
Oh, Madinah Arabic.
Yes. Okay. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. Any question from anyone?
Jazakumullah, Sheikh. Thank you so much.
Jazakallah khairan.
Please, write what you noted down. If you would like, I can send you exercises for مفعول فيه, مفعول معه, مفعول معه, مفعول فيه, مفعول حال, and مفعول أجل. I could send you examples from the ayats from the Quran and text. If you want to do it as extra top up, I can by all means send that to you. But I don't want to burden you that you become focused on that at the moment. I just want you to introduce this concept at the moment.
So Maulana, we did like 6 of them today, right? Total. Maful bihi.
Yep.
And maful mutlaq.
Correct.
And maful mahu. Maful fihi.
Yep.
And maful, what is the, okay. Ma'ahu. And also hal. The
hal I haven't done. Hal I didn't do.
The zakat and salat.
Yes. Hal, yes, Russ. Yes, that's right.
Yeah, that was the example on hal, right?
Yes, that's right. That's right.
So 6 of them to get all together. Thank you. Thank you so much. Jazakallah.
Thank you, Sheikh.
Can you send the PDF, what you did? Where are you going to send it?
If you message me, and I'll send it across to yourself, and I can add you to the group as well. Is that okay?